What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about this footage I'm going to show you from yesterday. I went out mainly targeting bass this time, and I really have been into ice fishing for like the last 3 or 4 years. I've ice fished my whole life, but I've never been really into it. In the last 3 or 4 years, I have gotten a lot more into it, and you really don't think of largemouth bass as something you catch through the ice very often, you know, incidental catch or something like that, but you really don't think of them as a cold water species, and targeting them, you don't think you're going to catch very many bass in the winter, or at least I didn't. And this last year, I've been doing a lot of crappie fishing and sunfish, crappie and sunfish with just a little crappie setup and some kind of plastics. This one's a little Euro Tackle Y Fry. I'll use any kind of small plastics, like 1 to maybe up to 2 inches long for crappies. Red, chartreuse, white, pink, any of the bright colors work really well. And there's a certain lake I go to where on these I will catch tons of bass as bycatches or whatever. Like, I'm not even trying for them, but I'm catching tons of them. On some of the days where they're really biting for fishing for crappies, I'll catch like 15 or 20. And the other day, my dad, my brother, and I went out and we literally caught like over 50 largemouth bass. Most of them are 12 to 15 inches. We got the occasional 17, 18, but for the most part they were kind of smaller. But it kind of got me thinking, you know, what if I went out there and specifically targeted largemouth bass? So I'm going to save that for a minute, but this is what I did yesterday. I went out just targeting bass. I brought my tip up. Actually, I mean targeting bass and pike, because this is kind of a pike setup too, but this is my tip-up rod. So I got an inline reel, 20-pound test ice braid, heavy action Berkeley lightning rod here, and then I just got a big bobber, a couple little attractors and a sinker, stainless steel leader, and then just a big single hook. So I'll put a sucker minnow on this. I'll set the drag as loose as possible, and then I will position the reel here so that kind of catches on the bottom of the ice, and then this back of the butt of the rod here catches on the ice. So I'll set it like that, set the drag really loose, and then once that fish comes and grabs it, it'll pull the bobber down and it'll pull the entire setup, just falls over like this. And then the drag is loose enough where that fish just runs with a bunch of line. And if the drag was tighter, it might pull the rod in, but the drag is super loose on it, so the fish can just run for as long as it wants. And that's a pretty good setup. I really like that compared to like just regular tip-ups, because you can fight the fish with a rod and reel. It's a really nice setup here, and it's not that expensive. I think the rod was like 20 bucks and the reel was like 30 bucks. So, you know, $50 setup, tip-up probably runs you 20 bucks. So for an extra 30 bucks, you can fight the fish on a rod and reel. Only downside is if it gets really cold out, this stuff freezes up and your bobber will get stuck on the bobber stop or whatever. It'll freeze in a certain spot, and then you try to reel it in and you got to break that loose and push it down before you can actually reel it up to the bottom. But on nicer days, this is definitely an awesome setup. And then this is the main thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So the tip up is just something you put out there, you let sit, and you're not really actively working it. This is called a Little John Maiko. It is a little minnow bait. And my knot kind of got to the front there. I'll show you a little trick here. So on the line tie here, right now, my line got pulled to the front. You want to make sure your line is at the top of that line tie so that this bait is sitting more so horizontal. It doesn't sit totally horizontal. You actually want it to come up a little bit like this. So it sits like this. But when that knot tie goes all the way up to the top like it was, if I can move it up there, yeah, then it sits way too vertical. You don't want it that vertical. You want your knot right in the middle of that line tie. So the reason I bought this bait is because just the cool color pattern. I was like, maybe I'll jig it for pike, or maybe if I ever get out on a lake with some good walleye bites, I can use this to jig. Never did I think that I would take it out and just target specifically largemouth bass for it, but they really like this thing. There were some big marks I saw come up to it that looked at it, looked like they're kind of interested, and then swam back down. But a lot of times those big marks would come up and they would just hammer it. And I think I got like 10 or 12 bass on it. The reason I did this is because of my little crappie rod. That thing works really well for catching crappies, sunnies, and a lot of bass bite it. But it's 4-pound test, it's light gear, and those bass, you literally take like 2 to 3 minutes to get them in. If it's a big one, maybe even a little bit longer, because you really got to fight them. So this setup here, I got a little Fenwick Nighthawk rod, Fluger something, I don't know. I don't even think it has a model on there, just a Fluger spinning rod, and then I get 8-pound test mono on here. So a little bit more sturdy setup. You can really get those bass in a minute or so, or maybe even a little less if they're smaller. You're not sitting there fighting them for 3 minutes plus. So it's just a better way to do it, and they really like this minnow. I did get 1 pike on it too, but it's just cool. A lot of times in the winter when those fish aren't really biting very well, you know, you sit there and you're trying to coax them into biting or whatever, you got to switch to a dead stick. But on these warmer days when you can be out there jigging, this is such a cool setup. And when those fish are active, they will just hammer this minnow. And it's such a fun way. You can run and gun, you can drill a bunch of holes, put the Vexlar down there, see if there's any fish. If there is, drop it down, and if there's any active fish, they will come up and hammer this thing. So I'm definitely going to pick up some more of these little John Maikos in the future. So yeah, that's the setup. I'll show you guys some footage here now, and if you have any questions on anything, let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright guys, I set the tip up here, and literally within seconds it went down. It's not pulling it real hard. I'm guessing it's a bass that has it, and the minnow's pretty big, so I might have to give him some time to like fully take it in. But honest to God, I set that minnow down and just try to set the rod up, and I had a fish on there already. Yeah, still taking line. Something's definitely there. See if he has it. Ah, yep, it's there. I thought it got off maybe, but it wasn't. It's, oh, now it did. Damn it. And that minnow's there. Look at this thing. That's a big minnow. I don't know what took it. I'm thinking it's probably a pretty good sized bass, but hopefully he comes back for it. All right. It's a good sign. Oh, something's got it already. Came back for it. Apparently I gotta give him some more time to take it in. It is a bass. That's a big sucker minnow. Still running with it. Alright, now it stopped. Hopefully he didn't drop it. Hopefully he's trying to eat it now. Oh, geez. He must have dropped it. No, no. Got a bunch of slack in it somehow, but he's there. Is it a bass? Holy crap, it's a freaking huge bass. Nice. Get up here. All right. Nice. Got a good hook set on him. Nice and in there, but not hard to get out. Shit, not a bad way to start the day there, guys. Here, I'll give you a good view of him. Probably a 17-incher. Nothing wrong with that at all. Send it right back down. Sweet. Stay on there, baby. Stay on there. Damn it. There is something on there. I don't think he's real big. Wow. On a freaking 5-inch sucker minnow. Are you kidding me? This little tyke. That's funny. All right, bud. See you later. There we go. Oh, that's a pretty nice one. Get up here, buddy. Nice. All right, that's actually not that big. Here's something I haven't had to worry about for a long time, getting hooks in my finger. All right, that's the first one landed on the little Maiko. I thought he was bigger than that, but probably about a 14-incher, not too bad. Oh, there you go. Flop in, buddy. Flop yourself in. All right. I don't have to worry about hooking myself when I'm using little crappie jigs and I catch the bass because they only got a single hook. This thing has 6 hooks. Oh, I just missed a freaking big mark. Came up straight to it and hit it. Come back for it. There he is. Ooh, that's a decent one again. A little bit bigger than the last. There. Nice. And he's barely hooked. Just on the top of the mouth there. Alright. A little bit bigger. It's kind of a skinny guy, but that was probably 15. Man, they really hammer this minnow. This is fun. Something giant down there. Is that a weed? Oh, it's a stick. There's a big stick. Of course. Oh, hey.
I got some of it, I think. Get up here. Oh, there. Wow. Look at this. Pulling up a freaking stick. Oh, there's a minnow. No fish. Holy shit. Wow. All that for a freaking stick. Lovely. All right. I thought that's what it had to be. Oh yeah, there's something. Decent bass. Right in the top of the mouth. Still got my minnow. 1% battery, about to die. Got it just in time. Hell yeah. Alright, got one on the little jigging minnow. And it's a bass, little guy. Oh, look at that goofy hook set there. Right in the bottom of the mouth. And then, easy buddy. One in the bottom lip. Probably a 13-incher or so. Oh, the hole is getting so slushed in. It's been warm the last couple days, and the top layer of ice is just turned into slush. It's freaking nasty out here. Every step you sink in 4 inches. It's a good thing I got the waterproof boots on. There it goes, running. Ooh. Feels pretty decent. Not really. About the same I've been getting all day. All year. 14-incher. Something just came out of nowhere and just smoked the Rapala, or the jigger. I don't even know what brand it's actually called, but. And it's a bass, not too big. Get up here, buddy. Once again, a 14-incher. No nice ones yet today. But man, it is fun just jigging this thing and having them hammer it again. If you guys want to take a better look at that. It says LJ Maiko, M-I-A-K-O. Just a little jigging minnow. Cool color pattern, that's why I bought it. And the bass really seemed to like it. Really wish I could get a walleye on it. Dang it. Camera didn't turn on in time. I just got smoked. Thing just came up and hammered it. Hopefully it's a nicer one. And I'd like to get an 18-inch bass or a walleye, like I said. Whatever this is, it feels a little bit bigger. Ah, pike. Skinny guy too. Wow. God, he's ugly. How freaking skinny that thing is. Yeah, and I'm gonna need a pliers on you. And my tip up's down. Jesus. Alright, let's get this skinny bastard unhooked here. Good hook set on him in the corner of the mouth. Don't need to lose this sweet bait to a freaking skinny ass little pike. So put him back down this hole. And we'll see if there's a fish on this. My jacket keeps covering the camera. All right. Don't feel anything there. Jeez, he took out a bunch of line and dropped it. There we go. Seriously, sunny on the jigging minnow. Thing's tiny too. How did you try to eat that? There we go. Another bass. Another roughly 14 incher.